Today in the world of cannabis, results of a study on cannabis, mice, and cancer are published. Cannabis advocates in Vermont call for more action on racial injustice. And the Zuck makes a big contribution to drug decriminalization legislation in Oregon. It's Wednesday, October 7th, and this is your TRICHOMES Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the TRICHOMES.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, in a report by Medical News Today, the results of a new study suggest that a cannabis compound may aid in the prevention of colon cancer associated with ulcerative colitis. The study, published in the journal iScience, was conducted at the University of South Carolina. Researchers treated mice with colitis-associated colon cancer with perhaps the most popular cannabis compound, THC. The mice who received THC showed no tumors, unlike the control group. The mice in the THC group also had a significantly less colonic inflammation, which is a symptom of inflammatory bowel disease. The fact that we were able to show that the treatment with THC prevents inflammation in the colon and at the same time inhibits the development of colon cancer supports the notion that inflammation and colon cancer are closely linked, explained senior study author Dr. Prakash Nagarkati.
And next, advocates for racial justice in the northeastern United States are calling on their governor to veto proposed cannabis legislation, citing that it fails to address the current impact systemic racism has on the cannabis industry. This, according to WCAX. The group that gathered outside of the Vermont State House claimed that the cannabis legalization bill doesn't go far enough to confront the historical, social, and economic impact cannabis has on BIPOC communities disproportionately harmed by the failed war on drugs. The legislation, entitled Senate Bill 54, would establish a system for the cultivation and sale of cannabis in Vermont and create a cannabis control board as an independent regulatory authority on the market. A 12-member appointed advisory board of members with specialties in public health, systemic social justice and equity issues, women and minority-owned business ownership, substance misuse prevention, and the cannabis industry would also be created under the bill. Mark Hughes of the Vermont Racial Justice Alliance raised concerns over who would be appointed to the board. If we were to establish a model where we would have these integrated businesses, folks that are currently dispensaries and they will have multiple licenses, we know that these are multi-million-dollar businesses. We know that they have the resources, they have the capital. They're going to be the ones that are more capable of paying into the system, Hughes said. Speaking directly into the camera to address Governor Phil Scott, he added, quote, "What we're asking you to do is very simple. Please, listen to the 99%. Don't try to make this about politics. Just make it about what's right. Do the right thing."
Last up, Marijuana Moment reports that a bill that would decriminalize all drugs in the state of Oregon has received a massive financial contribution from the creator of one of the largest social media enterprises. The Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, a foundation run by Mark Zuckerberg and Priscilla Chan, made a $500,000 contribution to support the measure. This makes the organization the second largest backers of the bill, behind the Drug Policy Alliance. Measure 110, which would decriminalize drug possession and use a portion of current cannabis tax revenue to fund expanded substance abuse treatment services. Supporters of the bill say it would reframe drug abuse as a health issue rather than a criminal issue. People with addiction need help, not punishment, and we are excited so many people are stepping forward to help with a more humane, equitable, and effective approach to drug addiction in Oregon. Yes, on Measure 110, campaign manager Peter Zuckerman told Marijuana Moment, "Now's our moment to stop ruining lives and start saving them."
And that was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit TRICHOMES.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis-related podcasts like Hash It Out, The High Ground, or Careers in Cannabis, wherever you get your podcasts. For TRICHOMES.com, I'm Devin Liao.
And I'm RJ Balde. Later on.